when you think about how can you go deeper and not be surface level, right? How
Mm-hmm.
can you go deeper and not be surface level for your sales process? I want you to think about what are the things that she is repeating in her head over and over and over again that makes her feel bad,
Okay, let me write
right?
that
Like,
down.
what is she, because of the menopause, because of the weight, because of the hot flashes, she feels like this and thinks this every single day. And that'll
Okay,
help you
yes.
go deeper, especially with Marina On Demand. If you just say, I know I'm being surface level, like I need to go 7 layers deeper than this, she will help you.
Okay,
Right?
okay.
So don't fear that. That's one of the main reasons we created Marina On Demand is because we know your brains don't think like mine. Like I can
Mm-hmm.
literally walk into a store, look at a marketing campaign and reverse engineer the whole thing. That's how I'm programmed. But not everyone is programmed that way. So we created Marina On Demand so it will prompt you to get to that without you even knowing.
Okay. Would it also help with Marina On Demand, also help with because one of the things, and I feel like this is only in my mind, I believe that's where it is because I am a people person and I do talk and I listen, I'm an active listener and all these kinds of things. But it feels like every time that somebody might say, like, what do you do? Or how do you help people? And I feel like I flub that every time. It's like I cannot, it's like a mental thing, I think, that I need to work on. That it's just when it's in your mind, then it goes to your mouth and you just mess up. So it's like you're flubbing around and you're not really able to even convey properly what it is you do succinctly and quickly so they can just get it, understand it, and do they want to go further?
Yeah.
I hope I'm making sense.
No, you're absolutely. How many of you
Oh,
are on here? You're in Brand Me On Demand or have Marina On Demand? Put your hand up for me really quick so she can see everybody. And has Marina On Demand helped you to identify who you help them, how you respond? You see all the head shaking?
yes. Oh, wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
So
Ah,
one of the first things that and there's two options, right? Brand Me On Demand is so you can be a part of our community and you meet with us every week and we do all things sales trainings, all things funnels, messaging, automation. It's also the tools as far as like Brand Me On Demand tools and the bot is included, right? And then there's Marina On Demand. You don't want the community, you don't want that every week. You just want the actual bot. That's Marina On Demand. So those are my two signature offers right there
okay.
for you. Okay.
Okay.
And if you have any questions and you're like, I want to do a demo, you can just go to demomod.com and you can book a time to have a Brand Me On Demand demo or a Marina On Demand demo with one of our coaches and they can show you and answer better and like go into detail to see if it's really like what you need, if it's a Brand Me On Demand or is it just Marina On Demand.
Yeah, because I want the Marina on demand, but then I would like it sounds so powerful, then I get it and don't know how to use it properly. You know what I mean? So does something come with
Yeah,
it, like for the to help with the prompts?
it
Actually,
does.
if it's
It
you, then I guess it would help.
Yeah. So it is me, but here's the good news is that you will, if you decide just to go with Marina On Demand, we did create a course on how to best utilize Marina On Demand. We
Oh,
just added
wonderful.
that. So there's step by step on how to actually use Marina On Demand to fit your business the best way. I
Okay.
also have some really cool niche prompts that you're going to get
Oh,
that I
wonderful.
created on how to create your niche and how to create like your messaging. So yeah, you'll have
Okay.
guidance. Now I will say that in Brand Me On Demand, like you get this every week, right? So
Oh,
it's
okay.
not that much more. I think it's like $100 and something more a month just to be a part of Brand
Okay.
Me On Demand. So it's kind of a no-brainer.
But you get that feedback and everything, right? You get that community that everything. Okay, yes. Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're replacing too inside of Brand Me On Demand. We're replacing ManyChat. We're replacing emails. We're replacing anywhere you're hosting your emails because it's a go high level inside of Brand
Mm-hmm.
Me On Demand tools. So we replace automation. We replace, oh my gosh, what did we just, Susan and I were talking the other day and she canceled literally 6 different things that she
Oh,
had that she was spending $50 here, $40 here, $30 here, $20 here. She didn't need anymore because it's all inside of Brand Me On Demand already. So it ended
okay.
up saving her money and she got the bot. So that's 333 a month. 210 a
Okay.
month is Marina On Demand and 333 a month is to be a part of Brand Me On Demand.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry, gang, but I just wanted to get those quick questions out of the way before we get
No, listen,
started.
I'm glad you asked them because at the end of the day, that was what I was going to be explaining at the very end of this anyway. So now we just did it in the beginning and I love it.
Okay.
And
Thank
all
you. I
the links,
appreciate it.
no problem. We will drop all the links after this in the Telegram chat. And for
Okay,
those of you that are
wonderful.
watching the replay, we'll put it underneath as well. So I
Okay.
love it. Becky says, worth every dime. Yes. One of my main, just so for those of you that are brand new to me and this is the first time you're seeing me, one of the reasons I created both Marina On Demand and Brand Me On Demand was because I spent the amount of money I spent on learning ads, learning copy, right? Learning marketing, sales, closing. I mean, it's probably close to half a million that I've spent investing in myself. And what I found is that if I would have just had someone who was willing to not gatekeep and give all the things,
Yes.
like more of us could be making money, more of us could be serving, more of us could be making an impact. And so I truly did make Brand Me On Demand that one stop shop. So every time I do like a workshop too as well, that Brand Me On Demand students don't pay for it. So they didn't pay for this workshop. They're here and they did not pay for it. Brand Me On Demand students get my workshop every month that I do because I'm doing it for them, technically, if that makes sense. We're going to be diving into YouTube. We're going to be we do social media ads in there. Like, so it's literally the one stop shop. It's everything because I got sick and tired of learning from 70,000 different mentors who were all saying the same thing in a different way and confusing me. And what I learned is especially in sales, there's like this invisible sales process that if you don't master that, if you don't master like the customer elevation, like what's the customer journey? How do you get them to go from $1 to 22 to 70 to 210 to 10K to a 500,000? How do you get them to go through all of that? What happens is if you're not building this invisible sales system, which we teach you inside of Brand Me On Demand, how do you reverse engineer it and how do you make it all connect? It's not just this or that, it is the whole flow of it. And a lot of coaches are selling just the funnel or just the this or just the that. And so I said, I'm going to do all of it and we're going to bring it all into one place. And so that's what we do inside of Brand Me On Demand. That's why our community is so powerful. That's why it's going to continue to grow and be more powerful. One of the things that I'll be talking about on Monday when we have our next session, it's every single Monday is when we meet as a group. There's also email workshops that happen. There's also blog workshops. There's more than just me that's inside of this community, which is incredible. So you have real-time help with the tools, building funnels, all the things, right? So I should be charging so much more as I say this out loud, but I'm not going to. So don't worry, you guys. Your guys are good. You guys are your current
I was
followers.
gonna say, wait till I get in before you do
Yeah,
that.
I'll wait till you get in before we raise the prices because we are going to be raising them next year, right? Um,
Gotcha.
but I wanted that one-stop shop for everyone. I really did.
That's wonderful.
I really wanted that, and I wanted a place where everyone can win. What we'll be doing too is you can actually create an affiliate model inside of your programs, inside of Brand Me On Demand as well. And so you guys can all promote each other's courses, make money for each other. We have this closing strategy. I'm going to be doing some accountability with you guys where you guys are going to close each other's sales, like booking calls and stuff. We're going to have some fun in 2026 because I know I can sell your thing no problem. But when I go to sell my thing, I start to get in my head, right? So we're going to do a lot of role play this year and really focus on the invisible sales funnel of where you can really increase the average cart value of what someone buys from you for the year. I don't want you looking at just the dollar offer or the $22 offer. I really want you guys focused on if I play the long game, if I look at my ads as an investment, if I look at my social media as an investment, if I look at it that way instead of trying to get an ROI right away, I will make more money. That's how big brands think. That's how big brands build. They actually buy ads because they know it's an investment for them for the next year. They don't look at it as oh, I'm going to get the money tomorrow. And so that's how I'm really teaching you without telling you how to build your brand, your messaging, and your offers, and how we're making them all dot to dot put together. So when you create the next offer, it's still going to sell into your signature program. Does that make
Ooh,
sense?
preach, boy. This sounds, oh my goodness, this is fire right here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, wow. I forgot my
Yeah.
mic was still on.
I love it. I love it. Say it a little louder for the people in the back who don't understand how powerful this is, because it really is. So I love it. So for those of you that didn't watch yesterday, make sure you absolutely watch yesterday's replay for day one, like before you work on what we're going to work on today for day two. It was very eye-opening for a lot of the students because I think it was just said in such a simplistic way for you to comprehend and for you to digest versus learning all the scripts that you had to say. If someone says this, then you say that. If you have a sales process, which we talked about yesterday, which Marina On Demand helps you make, if you have a sales process, you literally never have to worry about what to say because you have the sales process. You know that you are going to direct them and lead them in the conversation down the path where you want them to go. So you are in complete control of every single conversation and every direction that conversation goes. So it was really powerful yesterday. Drop a 1 in the chat if you were like, it was a very eye-opening moment for me where I feel more confident in creating a sales process and knowing that's my go-to every time, every time, every time. I love it. Look at all the ones. That makes me so happy. So we didn't talk about scripts yesterday. I'm not going to give you scripts. I don't need to give you scripts. You need the sales process. That is why big companies can hire 30, 40, 50 people to do sales calls for them. Guess what they have? A sales process. They have a script. They have a if they go down this path, then we say this. If they go down this path, then we say this, right? And that is what your sales process is. And so I made you uncomfortable yesterday probably with that. And some of you are uncomfortable here today because you're like, I didn't get my sales process done. Don't stress. Don't freak out. I'm not going to call any of you out. I'm actually going to work on Erica's. Since I worked on it yesterday, we're going to work with Erica's, okay? So in live time. We're going to fix the discomfort part of you actually taking the steering wheel away from your prospect so you're the one driving the conversation, right? We want to make sure that we are finding their leaks in their conversation and finding their leaks in their business or finding their leaks in their life that you're able to plug as your solution with your offer. And we want to make sure that you don't have those leaks. So today we are going to really go through how do you control your heart rate during the close? How do we control the emotion during the close? Your nervous system is what throws you off, right? Your nervous system, the way you react, the way you think, all of that is going to take you away from your sales process. And I want you to know you don't have to be louder or pushier. You just need posture. And so we talked posture yesterday, but we're going to talk posture even more today because if you can remove shame from your selling, you are going to impact millions of people. Hear me when I say that. You're going to impact millions of people. And it's not what do I have to say? You have to trust yourself to lead. Trust yourself to lead that conversation to the close. Does that make sense? Because when you can trust yourself to lead, be the leader, money will enter every conversation you ever have. Let me give you an example. If I go to an event, I'm not there in my head thinking, who's my next client in someone else's event? That's not how I show up. However, I know that I'm going to network. I know I'm going to step into the room. I'm going to own my identity. my authority. I know what I sell, who I sell it to, and how I can help them 10x their business, how I can help them scale with my invisible sales process, right? Like I know these things, my 7-layer deep, helping them with their identity. So when I walk into a room, I'm not like, okay, everybody, here's what I've done and here's what I've got. No. Every conversation, I'm connecting and directing. Every conversation, I'm connecting and directing. So I don't have to explain anything to anyone. I state. For example, in the very beginning of this, Twanda was asking me questions about Brand Me On Demand and Marina On Demand. I'm not convincing her. I was stating the facts. Postured, stating, we're saving people money, we're helping people make more money, and it's a no-brainer. Stating the facts, right? So what I'm doing now is I'm moving. I'm moving people in my conversations. I'm moving them. So wherever you can move and direct, money will enter the conversation. So when I was at Eric Worre's event, all I had to do was show up as me, know my sales process, know how to find someone else's leaks in their business, and state my offer and direct them towards the next step. I had 7 Zooms booked coming out of that event, and I wasn't trying to sell. You can use this sales process whether you're one-on-one with someone, whether you're on a Zoom, you're on a sales call, you're in the DMs, however it works for you. I suggest doing all the things until you found which one produces you the most and you scale it. Right? Track the numbers like we talked about with Nate yesterday. Track your numbers so you know, okay? So here's the recipe for the close. Ready? Acknowledge, lead, direction. Acknowledge, lead, direction. That's it. They're not even steps. It's very clear. And we talked about this yesterday. If you are clear versus convincing, you're helping them close gaps in their brain and wake up. When they wake up during a conversation with you, you've moved them from point A to point B. You've closed a gap. You've plugged the leak. You've built trust. Now the money will move. Make sense? So that's why I can go to an event and have 20 conversations and end up with 18 Zooms from those 20 conversations if I want to. I don't want 18 Zooms from that conversation. I will just tell you that's not how my business is. That's not how I've set up my business. However, in the beginning, I would have booked all 18. When you can really figure out how to move people in your conversation from here to here, that's the direction I'm talking about. Got it? Okay. I'm just going to give you an example of what we talked about yesterday. This is the only script you will hear me say over and over again. Based on what you just shared, I hear that you're frustrated because you aren't closing as many people as you would like to. The next step is very clear, blank, which is, the next step is very clear, which is my signature program where I help you start tracking your calls and plug those leaks in your business. What are you doing? In this space, this is the only place where I'm going to give you a script, okay? You're not asking permission to lead. You're telling them where they're going. This is what we do next. I don't care if you're in network marketing. I don't care if you're selling a weight loss product. I don't care if you're selling something for $5. Here's what we do next. And then when you sell them that thing and they finish that thing, here's what we do next. And when you sell them that thing and there's another thing, here's what we do next. Based on what you've shared, based on results that you've got with my program, based on this masterclass and what you have learned, here's where we go next. You join Brand Me On Demand or Marina On Demand. Now, leak removal. When you think about leak removal, I want you to think about, are you asking them permission when you state something in your conversation, or are you stating it? So for example, if you like, I can send you more info. Am I asking permission or am I stating something? I'm asking for permission. So I'm not leading in that conversation. So guess what's going to happen? They're going to be like, she can't lead me. Even though they're subconsciously thinking it, it's going to subconsciously make that decision for them. You're not going to be able to move them from point A to point B. We want to move them. That's where the buyer's decisions is, all right? That's the buyer zone. But if you are asking for permission, and even in your tone, do you think that would be best for you? Hear your tone. One thing that I do whenever I'm on a call, if they can't see my face, I smile the whole time I'm talking. Why do I do this? It helps me slow down my speaking. It helps me not sound so freaking intimidating, because sometimes on my calls, like, I can get so like in it and I'm like, oh my, and I can intimidate and scare some people. So it helps me slow down. It helps me to actually, like, in my tone, pay attention to the words I'm saying and how I'm saying them. And that's powerful, because then you're clear. You're not saying a bunch of things or using a bunch of big words to make someone feel like they don't know. You're helping them to understand instead. That's the power in a close and in a conversation. Okay? So let's talk about some of the objections first, because there are objections. An objection is literally just a way for someone to make a decision. It's just a decision-making process. That's all an objection is. Helping them understand, like I did with you yesterday, that an excuse is actually a reason. I don't have the time is exactly why they need to do it, because they're the cost. Helping them identify that they are the cost of why they're not getting their results is powerful. So let's say someone comes to you and they say, I need to think about it. This is after you've given your prices. This is after you've pitched. We're going to go over that as well. Okay. I need to think about it. I hear that. Acknowledge. I hear that. Acknowledge. Before you decide, can I ask you one question? Better yet, before you decide, let me ask you a question. Instead of saying, can I? Let me ask you a question. Pause. What specifically are you not clear on to move forward? You can't assume it's price. You can't assume it's whatever you think it might be for them. You have no idea. You have no idea. Assumption will kill the sale. So we can't assume. We need more clarity so we can get them more clarity, right? So we ask, what specifically are you not clear on to help you move forward with name result? Name result. Okay, so we're going to go through like the top 10. We're going to go through the top 10. Are we okay with that? I was trained in medical school smile. Yeah. I apologize, guys, that I have this cold. Thank you for letting me pick my boogers on camera. I appreciate you. I love you all so much. Okay. Then shut up, by the way. Then you shut up and let them talk. You shut up and let them talk. You shut up and let them talk. 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 Remember, the person who's listening the most is the person that's actually winning. And if you're authoritative and if you're your authority, you walk in your authority in your conversation when you answer, you're golden, right? So let's just go, I need to think about it. What they're saying when they say I need to think about it is they don't feel safe. We talked about this, safety. Something, you didn't go deep enough, you didn't pull out enough bricks, they don't feel safe. So you just ask that question. What do you specifically need clarity on to help you make a decision today? 2, I need to talk to my spouse. How many of you really go, if I hear that one more time? Yeah. I get it. I get it all the time. What it really means to them is not that they really need their spouse. They need validation from their spouse. Like they constantly are seeking validation from their spouse. So that's what they're doing. It's not really because the person, if they did it, they would get a divorce. That's not what's going to happen. But in their mind, they go to their spouse for validation of everything. I caught myself doing that for a long time. Where I wanted him to validate my decision. I needed him to co-sign, to tell me it was okay. So it's not that the spouse is making the decision, it's because they don't feel like they can make the decision without the spouse. They don't feel safe in doing it. You hear that? Yes, I'm not worth it. Exactly. So it means that when you get that, you say, great. When you talk to your spouse, make sure you share the most important part that feels aligned to you with this program. What is that for you? What did I just do there? I helped her identify the connection that she's aligned with to the results she will get. You better believe instead of not going to her spouse, she's going to go to her spouse with that. And I encourage them, I say, and listen, if your spouse, if your husband, if your wife, if your partner, if they need to get on a Zoom with me so they can better understand, let's set that time up so I can talk to both of you at the same time. Some of you, that's what we did. I have no problem getting on with the spouse. Why? Because it's going to be the same sales process. It's going to be the same conversation. And the wife is going to be sitting right next to her. The husband's going to be sitting right next to the spouse. And so their energy is there together. I get to look them both in the eyes. I'm okay with that. It's okay. Okay, next. I don't have the money right now. That's a big one, right? What it really means is that I don't feel like it's valued enough for me to drop whatever it costs. Because I will tell you right now, that same person could be in a Louis Vuitton store and know that they have $5,000 left on a credit card, and they will buy that purse because it's valued. It emotionally is valued to them, and they can see themselves feeling like a boss with the bag, and they don't care if it puts them in debt. So how will they feel like a boss with your bag is how you need to think about it. So they're basically saying, I don't feel connected, like it's going to solve my problem yet. And so here's how I respond. It sounds like it's a timing issue. Not money. It sounds like it's a timing issue. Or is it really a money issue? Because based on what you shared with me before, you're trying to increase result. What are we doing? We're picking apart. Yes, I will have the transcript for you guys on this too, so you can pull out the scripts and all the things. Marina On Demand is already trained on all these things, by the way. So you can just ask her. Yeah, good to hear it from the other side. Yeah. So is this a timing issue or is it really a money issue? Because at the end of the day, it ain't a money issue. 99.9% of the time, people will find the money for the new iPhone, for the bag, for the weight loss, for the whatever. They'll find the money for it. Every single time. They don't have money when they're TikTok shopping. They're making emotional decisions. You got to remember that. 4, we get this a lot. I've been burned before. Not by me, by the way. But other coaches, I bought 10, 15, 20, 25, $30,000 packages, and I've been burned by a coach before. What does that mean? It doesn't mean that they're afraid you're going to burn them. They're afraid that if they make this decision and they don't get results, it's a repeated pattern. So here's the authority pivot. That makes sense. What was missing last time that you feel like would be different now with my program? What was missing last time that you feel like will be different with my program? What are we doing? We're helping them sell themselves, right? 5, I want to try on my own first. Well, can't I just Google the answers? Sure. It took me about 14 years to get to where I am. If you want to take 14 years to get to where I am instead of squishing down the gap in proximity, all good for you, no problem. But how long have you been trying to do this on your own and it hasn't been working? That's an authority pivot. How long have you been trying to do this on your own and it hasn't been working? What are we doing? We're waking them up. We're waking them up. We talked about this yesterday. We're waking them up in the conversation. You should be shocking them and waking them up in that conversation. If you're not doing your job. They need to be shocked to get a new result. If they keep doing the same thing, they're going to keep getting no result. Yes? Shock them. This isn't a good time. What it really means is they're emotionally not ready. They're shaken up. They're scared and emotionally not ready. No problem. When do you feel like it would be a better time? And what needs to change between now and then? You see how none of these no's have stopped me. None of these no's have ended the conversation. I'm still directing. I'm still directing the conversation. Do you see how I'm doing this? Okay. I'm already in another program. We get this a lot. I just spent $10,000 on this program. What they mean is they are afraid they're going to regret the purchase they just made because yours is better. Acknowledge. I got it. I totally get that. Is that program helping you solve the exact problem you described earlier? Is it helping you do that right now? The answer is going to be no. They wouldn't be on a call with you. Or maybe it's a yes. It should. It will if I get through the program. There's a reason you haven't gone through the program. Do you think you're not connected? Right? Where's the authority? You're not connected to that person. You're not showing up. There's a reason for that because you're not connected. Right? That's an obvious gap, right? I'm not ready yet. What would being ready look like for you? What would look like being ready? What would ready look like for you right now, right? We did that one. I need more information. I don't think we went over that one. I need more information. Did we go over that one yet? No, right? I need more information. This is their way to overthink so they can avoid deciding. They're trying to avoid making a decision. So this is where you come out the gates and you say, what decision are you trying to make so I can get you the information to help you get clear? For me, it's a demo of Marina On Demand, actually showing them how Marina On Demand works. actually showing them like the back office of Brand Me On Demand and what they get and the funnels that we've already pre-built for them and the automations that are already, like all the things that are already there, just seeing it so they know they actually tangibly are getting it. Let me get back to you. That's a good one. That means that they don't feel like you're leading them at all. I will tell you right now, there have been some sales calls where I will buy in the first 30 seconds, which is not good, by the way. You don't want somebody to be so overly eager to buy because then they're not going to get the information they need and then they're not going to make a decision that is going to keep them around long term, right? So that's not a good thing necessarily. You know, you got to slow someone down as well to make sure they know the decision that they're making. But when I was on a sales call and this guy, like, he just, I don't know what it was. To be honest, there were a bunch of different things. It was his posture, it was his body language that was on the Zoom. It was just, it very much, but it was not a leadership connection. And a lot of the time when you have other people closing for you and they don't have the posture they need, it's really hard for someone else to do your sales call for you because this part can get lost in translation, right? So I want you to think about that for a second, like when you're closing. Like if someone says to you they'll get back to you, that means you have literally lost your posture somewhere. And this is how you can gain it back. Direct again. Take it back. Sounds good. Before we pause, what needs to happen before we reconnect so you feel good about making a decision to work with me? At this point, this will keep the conversation alive and also show you where you're leaking. It will show you where you're leaking, where your posture is leaking. Okay? So remember, in the conversation, we're clarifying, we're leading, we're directing to the next step. Got it? Okay, let's go over the price. Whenever you are pitching the price, and we talk a lot about this in the Wealth Woman Masterclass, that you get access to the Wealth Woman Masterclass. It's was it 4 days, 5 days? I think it was 5 days. It was a 5-day masterclass that I sell for like $1,000 that you get a part of Brand Me On Demand when you join. And I talk a lot about that. There's a whole workbook that goes with it too. It's really good. And I go over like the price objections and I deep into it and then how to pitch. But here's what I want you to say. When you say your price, you shouldn't try to justify your price. You shouldn't justify it. Well, it's this much because, no. The investment is, for Brand Me On Demand for the year, $8,997. And I pause. No discounts, no apologies, no nervous laughter. And then I go into a little bit of a stack. Why this is the best option is because you will get a one-on-one Zoom with me before you even get into the program so we can clarify your niche, plug the leaks together, create your whole customer journey from start to finish, from your dollar offer all the way up to your high ticket offer. And I brand you with my brain in 30 minutes. So your messaging is clear. You know exactly how you're DMing. And we're going to create your content for 365 days on that session together. And then you're paid for the year. You don't have to even worry about it. How does that sound? I'm going to sit back and wait. How does that sound? I'm going to sit back and wait. And Tawanda's going to tell me. She's going to say, I love it. Is there a payment plan option? I'm going to say yes. We have a payment plan. It's $333 a month. It does not include me as far as that one-on-one session. And you're not stuck in a contract and you can cancel at any time. We don't suggest you cancel because you're going to be creating all kinds of amazing things in there. But yes, that is the option. But the only way to get me is the paid in full 8997. That's it. Stating it. That's it. I don't have to justify my price. I have one-on-one prices. If you want to work with me one-on-one in depth for 90 days, it's 15 grand. With that 15K, you'll get 10 sessions. Right? Like, know what your prices are, state them. Now, here's the key. You start from the top and you go down. So if you have different packages, 3 is all you should pitch. You should not be pitching 14 different prices. 3 packages, the top, the middle, the basic. Call the bottom one the basic. So I do that with Brand Me On Demand. I say, listen, if you want to come in at the basic $333 a month, you can absolutely do that. Most people come in at the 8997. They don't want to have to think about the $333 a month. They want my session so they can have super clear messaging. And so they know exactly what they're building. And in 90 days, you're going to be making money. We even have a 10K sprint in there to help you how to make your first 10K. Right? That's just the way it goes. So when I'm pitching, I'm not pitching, I'm stating. I did all the hard work already. I don't need my pricing to be harder for me to pitch. Does that make sense? Yes. How many of you feel so much more confident right now? Yay, Sam, Anita, Christine, Bethan, Erica, yay. I love it. I love it. So let me answer some questions. If you have some questions, let me help you right now. We have some time before my little one gets here.
Can I ask quickly? You just said there should only be 3 packages: the top, the basic, which is the middle, and what was the last one you said?
Sorry, the top tier, call it your platinum, give it a name.
Okay.
Give it a name. People love names, right? The platinum option, and then the most popular option, and then basic.
Okay. Most popular and then basic. Okay, thank you.
So welcome. That nugget right there will help you guys close 50% more. Just that. Just that right there. If you do nothing else and you just do, when you pitch the packages, you pitch that, you will have basic people that come in. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But calling it that is going to push the people that are not basic, that want that extra proximity with you, that want to move faster. Those are the people you're paying attention to, because those are the people that are going to give you great testimonials and help you sell more. It's the same, it applies the same to network marketing. 3 packages. You got to create your own packages. Create your own bundles. You can do that. I talked about that yesterday, where I took 5 products and I created the 5-day drop. And we sold 30,000 of those things. In 24, 48 hours, it was insane. Has this been helpful? Yeah? Well, so many of you have to work on your sales process. I'm going to get this replay up right underneath where the same link. I'm just going to put the day 2 right underneath that, so you guys will have it, so you could keep coming back to this. And I want you to put it into action. And I want you to come into the Telegram chat whenever you close the damn sale because of this strategy. And I want you to tell me. I want to know. I want to know how much you closed it for. I want to know how many calls you got on. Start tracking it. Like, I want to know those things, so then I can use you as a testimonial. Go ahead, Twanda.
Okay, another quick question. Guys, I'm getting all my questions out because I know this is the last day.
That's all right. That's all right.
So would you consider a bundle, like I have a 21-day to restful sleeping, which I'll probably change the title of that to make it something more snazzier. But
Yeah.
but it's so important. It's one of the things affecting menopausal women. There's a lot of stuff that I get feedback on is the insomnia. So would you consider it a package if I were to like do that 21-day with a EFT to go along with it, and then like a meditation. Would that be considered like a package?
Yeah.
And then there maybe like the workbook or whatever they'll go through the actual
Yeah.
process. Would that be considered a package?
A package, yes, but remember, you want to make sure you're not underpricing either.
Mm-hmm.
So when you look at it that way, like okay, so the EMF is what, $40,
Yeah.
whatever. Okay, so the EMF is $40, and then you've got how much is your 21-day reset?
I actually just got done with this. I haven't priced it yet, so that's one of the things I'm working on. So that's why I want to get in your thing
So
so I can just like upload all that and say, spit back at me what
21
you think.
21 days for $21. I mean, it's kind of like how if that's going to be a micro offer that sells into, and this is what we do inside of Brand Me On Demand too. If that's a
Mm-hmm.
micro offer that you've reverse engineered off of a top tier product,
Mm-hmm.
that's going to create the seven-figure sales flow. Then you price that at 21, 222, whatever, right? So I
Okay.
would say that is something that you could. The 21 days is not sexy. You need to change that for
Right.
sure.
Yeah. But that's
Because
just
it
the gist
sounds
of
like
what it is. That's for
75 hard,
context.
and I don't want to do 75 hard. And these women are stressing out and they're tired. They're just 21
Right.
days. Like, what? Like, I lasted 4 days in the Pilates challenge that I bought, like, so that,
Yeah.
right? So, what is it? You've got to rename it something,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
you
I just
could
didn't
make
want them
it
to think that
like
it was something
222.
long. Yeah, I just didn't
Yeah.
want them to think it was something long because a lot of people break down when they start hearing that, oh, the 90 days, the 4 months, the 6 months. So you want to give it like something snazzy where they're not thinking that thing at the time. They're looking at the result, what they're gonna
Yeah,
have.
so make it 21 days. Like if it's 21 days, make it 21 ways or 21 things or 21
Hmm.
habits or 21. So it's not 21 days. I hear 21 days and I'm out.
Right. Me too. That's why I said I didn't, that's why I haven't done anything with it. I want to change that
21
name
quick
first.
fixes. 21 quick fixes. Like 21, you know what I mean? Like 21
Yeah.
and give it a name, give it a method. That's another thing too,
Uh-huh.
which we talk about in Brand Me On Demand. The chatbot will be deleted tomorrow. The chatbot will be deleted tomorrow, so you need to do your homework tonight. For those of you that have
Okay.
Marina On Demand, you're fine. That doesn't go
All right.
away.
Thank you.
You're welcome. How do I say your name? Bonji? Bongi? Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry, babe. I can't hear you. Hold on. Let me ask you to unmute because we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I've got the replay yesterday about the leakages and directing. So I want to understand when you start the conversation, the initial stages, how do you start? Because I got the sales process, the leakages and to directing the conversation. But I
Yep.
think my leakage at the stage is how do I start?
Perfect.
Thank you.
So let's go into Erica's conversation. And now we have her sales process that's in here, right? We have
Yeah.
her sales process. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to come in here and say, um, is it social media? Is that the example you want to give me? Is it someone on social
Yes.
media?
Yes.
Okay. So
It's a
someone
friend.
someone watched my story sequence um where I was selling your offer,
Yeah.
selling my offer. I want to start the conversation, then direct into my sales process. Give me 3 ways to get their attention and how to lead into the sales process. Now, this is my 333 method.
Okay.
Okay, using my 333 method. Well, it's not my, it's Marina's. And so now that you have your sales script, now it can reverse engineer, right? So
Okay.
what it's going to do, it's going to go, ooh, this is where the money lives and the stories, the DMs, the sales process, right? So that's like fire. If you guys are not messaging your story viewers, you are leaving money on the table, right? So it's
Mhm.
literally going to go through the 333 with you. Three connection questions, three problem awareness statements, three directional questions. It'll do all of that for you. And hey, I saw you watching my stories about the activewear today. What part stood out to you most? Make that more authoritative. So I would say, like, be more authoritative if you can. Are you currently working on getting more active or just wanting to feel better in your clothes? Like, you're just starting conversations around how you can direct them into your sales process. So you'll have different ways with Marina On Demand where she will show you, like, if you take a screenshot that someone said something and then you bring it into that sales process chat, Marina On Demand will tell you exactly how to pivot it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yes. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. It makes sense. Thanks, ma'am.
You're welcome. Go ahead, Christine.
My question is if I already have my high level, my mid level, could my 5-day sneak peek be my basic just to get them a taste of what it is?
I would. How much is that basic?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay. So, like, for me, I don't really go lower than the 333. Like, I just don't do it. Like,
Okay.
if they need to think about it, I'm going to set a follow up with them. Like, I'm not going to try to sell them on something right there and then on the phone to get them in on a $22 whatever, especially if I'm selling something high ticket. So keep that in mind. I would rather my funnels do the invisible selling for me on that. If I have them on the phone, I'm sticking to the high ticket and the mid.
Okay.
So yeah,
All right.
yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You can also tell when you're on with somebody. Like, I could always tell when I'm on with someone, like, if they're engaged in it or they just did it and then they forgot and then they got excited. And that's a whole other thing we do inside of Brand Me On Demand that we're going to be doing is, like, how do you get somebody that books a Zoom to get on the Zoom? How do you keep them there? How do you get the demos booked? Because that's something I've been working on all in 2025 that we've really nailed down. So we're going to be teaching that in 2026. Go ahead, Sam.
Hi, I just also wanted to ask, somebody had this in the chat. How do you apply what we're learning here? I'm with an MLM company, so obviously we don't have high-end ticketed
You can make
packages
them.
like,
You can make them. You
okay,
can make your own packages. So, like, high ticket is
as in
whatever
product
yeah, product
bundles?
bundles. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Absolutely. And then you say, and oh, my coaching comes with it. Or, oh, the Facebook group. What you do is just build value in what comes with it. Sales is sales. It's always whatever the high ticket is that you decide it is, right? So for you, it might be $400. It might be getting started in the business. I pitch the business for my network marketing company. I don't pitch the product. I pitch the business packages. We have a $1,400 pack or 1,300. I don't even know what it is anymore. 1,300. We have a 999 and we have a 519. I don't talk about any of the other ones until they tell me no, 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 and I'm like, all right, well, we have a 319 or whatever. Then I'll go down. But so you can do the same process inside of your network marketing businesses. Go ahead, Michelle.
Hey, beautiful. It's good to see you feeling
Hi.
better.
Oh no, this is just for you guys today. I've been in bed. I got up just for you guys.
So I have, hang on. Oh, there we go. I have been in a blender for the month of December, but I finished my 25-day Advent, right? And I'm in the process of actually doing my automation for my next one because I didn't have everything in place. So everybody paid me through Cash App, but I officially actually made money. Thank you,
How
Brand
much
Me On
money?
Demand.
How much did you make?
My total is close to 1,100.
I love it.
Yeah. I actually learned how to charge for my time. And, I haven't done that. So that was pretty intimidating.
I'm
It
proud.
was a little bit intimidating. But now I realized today I was on the sales call Zoom. And I got so much out of that. I wanted to say though, I have a question. When with plugging it into Marina,
Mhm.
with what I'm doing, because January, like 2026 is going to be my biggest year ever, right? And I realize that, and I'm trying not to get shaky in my boots,
No.
right? Um, but I'm going to be doing things different, and I'm trying to figure out how to pivot from my mindset from giving so much that I'm constantly worn out
Mm.
to being able to give better quality to the people that are paying to be in my space, I guess. And so I'm going to do weekly lives,
Mhm.
and then there's going to be community level, which is my mid tier, right? So I have a low ticket, a mid tier, and then my high end offer.
Mhm. Do they
Um,
all feed into each other?
yes.
Perfect. When you guys are overwhelmed and you feel like you can't do more than you're doing, that's when your prices need to double. Because you're not going to be able to serve the people that really need you until you start doubling your prices. That's why I'm doubling all my prices. Like
Okay.
I can't at this level, right? Not this level, but one-on-one, I can't work with any more than I'm doing. So if somebody wants to work with me on that kind of a level, they're gonna pay me 100 grand because that will make me find extra time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
then
it
I
does.
won't resent what I sell. I don't want to sell something and then the next day be like, oh my God, now I have to actually do the work. I don't want to ever feel like that. And the only time that happens, I know, right? The only time that happens is when you double and triple and quadruple your prices. And I'm going to be on all of you this year in Brand Me On Demand. Your prices are not high enough. I can already tell you that. Because what
Well,
if I
they
don't?
won't be at the beginning of the year, but I promise that I will catch up.
I know. I
I
know.
will.
I know.
I had my first three that actually wanted to know what the one-on-one offer would be.
That's amazing.
And so I told them that it won't even be available until February.
I love
Like
it.
I can't even go there yet.
No,
So right now I'm just focusing on January. And if they want in for the higher ticket items, then they're going to have to wait for me.
they will.
At the same time, I have things that I can keep them busy doing because they have under work to do before we're ready to do the level that they want to go to. So,
But if
um,
they are not, here's the other piece, okay?
mhm,
When this is over, meaning the closed cash flow, right?
right.
The only way that everybody in here who's not in Brand Me On Demand is going to have any kind of proximity to me as if they're in Brand Me On Demand, right? So the in between, I delivered on this program. I don't need to keep them busy until my next offer.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
You see what
Okay.
I'm saying? Like then
Right.
it's like, oh, well, I don't have to go the next step with her because she's going to keep me busy. And they will squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze as long as you let them, because you're letting them squeeze until you have no more. And you're going to burn out that way. So you don't want to do that.
No. No.
Well, I love it. And for those of you that can travel or want to travel to the event, our event, we haven't publicly started promoting it everywhere yet, but it's Her Brand to Millions. It'll be in April in Florida. It is a 3-day intense, like we're like, you need to come all bougied out because we have content creators that are going to be there doing content for you. We are going to be working your ads in real time. I have some very powerful people that are going to be coming and speaking, and I'm just so excited. I know, Sam, I know. There are virtual tickets though, FYI. Yes, there are virtual tickets for those of you that can't be there in person. We have virtual tickets. So we're going to start promoting that really hard after the new year. And I feel better because I don't have the energy right now. Also, Brand Me On Demand, we're going to be doing all things YouTube in 2026. Oof. Just saying. But yeah, I'm so excited, you guys. I'm so glad you guys had the breakthroughs that you did during this, because they're really, really important for you when you can understand you control the conversation, you control the close, you can truly start 10xing the amount of income that you're making. And if you're not making any, 10x the $1, the $2, the $3, the $4 you've made here and there, and you keep 10xing that because you keep getting better. That makes sense?
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, I love you so much. I appreciate all. Oh, go ahead, Kathy.
No, I just wanted to share something with you. After yesterday, I had joined a group of entrepreneurs, and I was reading some of the posts, and there was a post in there of a woman having very similar issues that I've had in the past and asking for help. So I could have done what I always used to do and just say, well, this is what I did, yada, yada, yada. I gave her just enough to get her curiosity in a DM, and I said, I'm working tomorrow. Can we maybe talk tomorrow night? So I'm going to talk with her tonight because I did not send her my entire story. I just gave her a snippet of it to see if that's what she wanted. There was like thousands of people that had posted stuff and posting their company, posting this, and I didn't do any of that. I thought, no, let me be the Marina for a change.
Okay, Kathy. Okay. I tell you, it works every
So
time.
yes,
Every
it did.
time.
Every time.
I'm so proud of you.
I got out of my own way.
Hey, there it is. There it is. Well, I love you guys so much. I'm proud of you. Brand Me On Demand, I will see you on Monday. And I'm just so grateful for all of you. Truly. This was so much fun. And I want you guys to start putting this stuff into action because I know it works. So I love you all.